Oh, it doesn't sound.
It doesn't say
You're just
18th.
Hi, Flosstube. I'm Carrie.
I'm Whitney.
I'm Sarah.
And we are Three Trails Stitchers.
Does it need to be over a little?
Sarah is back
I need
with
to have
us.
the light off.
I think
Do you
the
want me to
lights-
move it?
Okay,
Do you think the light's bad?
maybe right there.
I think it's fine.
No, I think it's fine. All right. Sorry. Oh, technical difficulties.
There we go. That's fine.
That's better.
Yeah, always a professional setup here
Always.
at Three Trails Stitchers. Sarah's back with us this week. She was under the weather for about a week. She's still not perfect, but
Yeah, no. I had bronchitis all last week, so.
yeah. So
it
she
fun.
was not with us, but so we're back together now, which is nice. But other than that, anything exciting happened in your world this week?
No.
Anything? Oh, nothing exciting happened in your world except being sick.
Just being sick, getting a little bit of stitching done. I finally felt like stitching by Wednesday.
The weather was really beautiful this week, which makes it probably the worst week.
It
for someone to be
was.
sick.
It was.
We had a day that was 84 degrees, which broke like our record for temperature, high temperature
Mhm.
on March, whatever, 3rd or 2nd, whenever it was. Really beautiful. And now today it's humid. It's supposed to get up to about 70 something, but I'm not sure. It's really muggy.
It says it's 71 right now.
And then we get a change and it's gonna go back to like rain and a little bit of snow.
Yeah.
And
For like 2 days and then it's
Yeah.
gonna warm
Yeah.
And
up
like
again.
tomorrow we could get, I don't know, it's saying now tomorrow we could get thunderstorms. I guess that's when the temperature starts dropping.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bummer that it was so nice because it's days that normally I would open the front porch and let the cats out, but I can't have the front door open and breathe at the same time. So
Yeah. So I told them I was reading a book to my students called In Like a Lion, Out Like a Lamb, which is about March, and trying to explain to them about, usually the beginning of March is, you have winter and storms. And I said, but this is not a good example.
yeah, it's like the
This week is not a
lambs.
good example.
The lamb came in and kind of peeked around the corner and now the lion's gonna be coming back.
Yeah.
So
Anyway, so that's our week in a nutshell. We're glad Sarah's back with us. We're feeling better.
I'm glad I'm feeling better too.
The magic of antibiotics and
And sleep.
Lots of sleep.
There was 3, I don't know, like Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday night, I did not sleep at all. I think because one of the medicines they had me on. And man, Thursday night, I got into bed. Unfortunately, one of the cats had a hairball. So that woke me up and I cleaned it up. And I just kind of was thinking to myself, I'll never get back to sleep. And I can't even remember crawling back into my bed. So the last couple of nights I've slept really good. And I think that's helped
that's good.
a lot too. So.
Okay, so we'll just get into our stitching. Finishes, you have a fully finished.
I have a fully finished that my finisher, my mom, Linda McDonald, did. This is Be Thankful from Cross-Eyed Cricket. This is probably one of the first patterns, like even when I was still in college, that I bought and I just really, really wanted to do. Or I may have bought it, I don't know, after college, and it's sat in a box for years and years and years, and I finally did it. So I'm very excited. And she put like a little simple pipe cleaner thing on the back if I want to hang it, or I can set it on an easel. And originally it was just going to be out in the fall, but I think this is going to be out all the time.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it's good
So
colors.
It's my colors. I mean, those are like the colors. Well, they used to be the colors in my house, but
Yeah.
it's still my colors.
I have no finishes.
I have no finishes.
So we'll go into whips.
Just keep going in this order.
That's fine.
Sure.
Okay. So I finally did by Wednesday feel like stitching. And I don't know if I was working on this the last time I was on or not, but I decided I'm going to start Year in the Woods. Cece's been getting them for me, our local LNS. And so the first one's the fox. And so I started it, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks ago. I don't remember when I started it, but I've gotten quite a bit done this week, actually, from Wednesday and Thursday being home.
Oh yeah,
it's
because
way
I think
better
the
than I
last
thought
time
it would
I
be.
saw it
Yeah.
was just the fox's face.
It's
Yeah,
way
I
bigger
know.
than I thought it would be.
Yeah, that's why I don't know. Originally, I wanted to finish all 12
would be too
into
big to
a
do.
full-size
Yeah.
quilt wall
Be huge.
hanging, but I have a feeling I'm going to end up doing like 3 for each season. And just switch out the wall hangings. But anyway, this is on Fabric Flare.
Stormy something, right?
Stormy something. I want to say stormy night, but I don't know if that's right. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to do the 3 winter ones, like the 3 winter ones all in the same. So I'm gonna have to order some of
It
this.
looks really good.
Yeah,
Yeah. it
I'm
does
very
look good. I
excited.
love
I'm
it.
loving it. I did run out of chalk because each pattern only calls for
Did you
like,
buy some today?
no, but I have one for
Mm.
the swan pattern. And then I figure I might go like over spring break. I didn't even think to grab chalk today.
Don't even think about it. Very
I was thinking of everything else I wanted to grab. I was gonna say something. I don't know what I was gonna say. Anyway, I'm absolutely loving it. And so I'm trying to like put a bunch of little stuff together to stitch in between, but honestly, this hasn't taken me that long.
Yeah.
So
looks
I
really
will
good.
probably start the swans next. Or since they're a winter pattern, I might go ahead and skip ahead and start the hair because I think he's one of the spring patterns.
Makes
But-
sense.
That's what I did this week when I started feeling a little bit more human and could stay awake in my chair long enough to do something. I swear I'd pick up my iPad and be like, it's probably another reason I didn't sleep at night. Anyway, there you go. Sorry.
Oh, you want me to go? Okay. I'm still working on Dracula by
Little Stitcher.
Little Stitcher. So I didn't stitch much this week. I'm about
Looks
halfway
so
through the
good.
second bride. Then there's the
You're
third
close
bride
to
and
being done.
I love
Yeah.
it so much.
if I would just get motivated enough to
Mhm.
stick with it, I would probably be finished, but I think I only stitched one day this week, so. That's my only whip.
Does she not have this?
Yeah, she
Oh,
does.
she does behind her. So
Yeah.
it's like the
Does
doorway
It's, I don't know if it's like the doorway or is it like a
or
cape?
maybe. I
It's,
don't know.
I don't know exactly. but That's it.
Well, I only worked on 2 things. I think last week I had finished her.
Yes, you had.
I had finished her, our Levi Montalcini, or Levi Montalcini. And I did not stitch much on, Sunday or Monday. I had a random stomach bug Sunday into Monday, so I did not stitch much. But I did start Rosa Parks. I got her little nameplate and then I got the number done. But then I put that aside because on March 1st started Women's History Month. And for Women's History Month, I'm stitching this from Teresa Gill Designs. It's called The Suffragette. So I'm stitching her,
It's so cool.
at least as much as I
I know
can
it's gonna
get
be
done.
amazing.
It is.
And so I started her on, and this was on, I always say this 14 count, like Peaceful Purple or something, white choke. This is on a piece of Fabric Flare Bridesmaids, which was one of my Fabric Flare of the month. And this is where I am. So I mean, it doesn't look like anything at this point, but that's quite a bit of stitching. So it's not
Yeah.
that big. It's 89 by 150 or something like
Oh,
that.
that's
So
not
it's
that
it's
big.
not huge. It's just, lots of color changes.
Yeah.
So this is like the side of her coat, like the inside of her coat, there's a pocket up there, and then this is the bottom of her skirt. So I'm doing the bottom half and then I'll go up and do the top. But it has some beads and
It's
not a
gonna
ton.
be really cool when you get your mantle done with all your women's.
Oh, yeah, it's
history
gonna be
stuff.
so neat.
I'm really actually enjoying it quite a bit. I like the color changes and like working through a little block of it, and I think it's gonna be good. The only thing will be the back stitch. 'cause she
I
has a
think
lot
that's
of
what
back
I've enjoyed
stitch.
so much about the Fox and why I've really moved on it is because there's kind of big blocks of color and then I have a color change. And so I don't get bored with one color.
So, yeah, okay. Get down, Bernie. Oh, my goodness
Really,
gracious.
really.
No, nobody wants to see your
Bert,
butt
come on.
on
Get down.
video.
She's like, that's what you think.
So anyway,
Yeah.
so that's where I am with the suffragette. I started this on March 1st. We had an event at school, so I was not home until like 8:30. So I
You
started
got
that night.
home
So I've not
late.
gotten a ton done. I got the most done, honestly, last night. I stitched quite a bit last night while watching TV, so. But those are my
Yes,
whips.
I see.
I really like stitching on this fabric. flare.
Yeah, I do too. I like
I
it.
love, yeah.
It's like crunchy, but not too crunchy.
Right.
I enjoy it. So those are my whips. Paul?
I have a little bit of haul, well, most from today, but so I don't know if I showed this last time, but I'm doing I'm collecting the From the Heart
That's a good way to
monthly
put it.
Quakers. I've done the January, but I'm gonna pick up and do March and April, but I got April. Can't see that. I don't know if I showed this one or not. I got April.
Kind of blown out
It's
there.
kind of blown out. And then I got this week in the mail, I got May. And that pickled beets is what that purple color is called, and I'm 100% in love.
Those are really pretty.
Yeah.
Those are pretty.
And so I decided there's only 3 fancy flosses for each. So I decided I'm gonna start doing them. And I have 5 patterns. So today I bought 15 fancy flosses. Well, not 15, because I think 2 colors were out. And then I got my Year in the Woods, number 4, the raccoon. And so I might start the hare, or I might even start the raccoon, because I'm 100% in love with him. Look at that
That's
tail.
adorable.
I feel like you have a green fabric like that.
I feel like I do too, so I need to go through my fabric and get it out.
Like that one we got at CC maybe. That's that color.
Oh, maybe it is. I don't know. Anyway, so now I have to go home and look. And then I
Is your fabric home?
my Be Stitch Me fabric. This
Ooh,
is gonna be
that's
my
pretty.
last one for a while. I'm kind of setting Be Stitch Me aside because I've collected so many and now I actually want to use them. So I still absolutely love her
Pretty.
fabric, and this is gorgeous. And of course, immediately as soon as I got this, I was like, maybe I shouldn't have said it.
What's the name of it?
This is Life's a Peach.
Oh, that is really pretty.
And so I either want to do something really springy or I want to do something spooky.
Hmm.
So it kind of makes us think of that color you put your Ouija just a little bit lighter.
Or even the one you did
Or
the
my-
shopping mall.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
the chopping mall. Yeah, that's what I meant. And last but not least, I got my bird crush club, and it is the broad-billed hummingbird. So there's the picture on the front.
Oh, I really like those.
The picture on the back. And I love this because you get stickers, which I love stickers and stationery type stuff anyway. But then you also get 1 fancy floss every month. And this is the fancy floss we got this month. Look
that's
at
pretty.
that blue. So
And it's in the past, so it's
I
like
think
this,
it's his feathers here.
Wow,
Like one of
that's really
them,
pretty.
I think the fancy floss ends up like it's the leaves.
Oh,
And then this one, I think it's the bill and the feet.
those are really neat. Really
Yeah,
like
I
those.
love that she did. I mean, these are Lindy stitches. I'm sorry, I didn't know if I said that. And I love that most of her patterns are usually done in DMCs, but then I like that she did this pop of a fancy floss. So you don't end up using all the fancy floss, obviously. So it kind of lets you start collecting
They're
some
just like
different
really well
colors.
done too.
Yeah.
And they're really, oh yeah, I mean,
They
you
are
get,
nice.
it's a really nice, I can't show you the pattern, but it's really nicely printed, easy to read. You get a little postcard, information about the bird, cute little stickers for your planners. And oh, who's the person? The person she's partnered with, she says it every time, and of course I have completely forgotten. He takes amazing pictures of nature and mainly birds. He has a Flickr account. Is that right? Flickr, is that still a thing? I don't know. He has an account with all those bird pictures. So anyway, that's been my haul this. So even though I didn't leave my house until today, basically, I did get some haul in the mail, so that was nice. That's it.
I don't have any haul. I bought some floss today. That was it.
Oh yeah, all my flosses.
I don't have much haul. We went to CC today and I bought
No.
about a pattern, which I'm not really stitching anything this year. That's I'm stitching like women and quotes and stuff, but I will stitch this at some point next year. I'm a big St. Patrick's Day fan. So this is Oh Lucky Day by Brenda Gervais, which is probably kind of hard to see, but it has this leprechaun, and then one of them says top of the morning and the other one says Oh Lucky Day. And then I bought the floss for it because it's all DMC, which I like.
Yeah,
Because,
that's
yeah,
nice.
usually hers, she does quite a bit of fancy floss, but I'm pretty excited about it. So So yeah, that won't get started before St. Patrick's Day, but it'll get started at some point. I had to buy one more floss for my suffragette.
I was gonna say, there's just, one of them looks pretty small. I think you could
Yeah, I
If you
think
wanted
if I
to
just get into
give
this,
yourself,
and
yeah.
if I take a break from my suffragette, I'm gonna go back and finish Rosa Parks, because then my whole second row will be done. And then I had to buy more of Beachcomber from Weeks, I think it's Weeks, which is in my Fabulous Women, because I was running out, and this is really hard to find, but I found a store online on Etsy that had 2 of them. So I bought them both. It's a really pretty color,
It is
actually.
pretty color.
It is pretty. I'm glad you did that. I'm glad
Yeah.
you like kind of,
And it doesn't appear a lot, but I just was afraid I'd run out before I finished my pattern, and that would suck. So I bought some of these Peacemaker needles because Mom and Sarah have been using them and like them,
they're like my
because
favorite
they both
needles
use
right now.
Pat Carlson, which are not being made
Yeah,
anymore.
no.
So. And then my suffragette has beads, and so I bought some Mill Hill beads. There's 2 other colors. There's not a ton of beads, but there's a few. There's 2 other colors that I need that were not in stock at my LNS, so I'll have to buy them from 1, 2, 3 Stitch. All I can see is these going all over my floor.
Yes.
That's what I see. And I think that's all. I haven't bought that much because I've been stitching on stuff that I've been, working on for a while or planning to stitch. I just haven't bought that much stuff lately, which is not a bad thing.
Right, yeah.
I just
haven't
find other random
bought
crap
a
to
ton
buy.
of stuff either.
So I guess that's it for haul.
I guess it is.
It's gonna be quick.
What an extra.
When you're working on like big things, I feel like you don't.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
well, and usually most of us are working on multiple things, and we've
Yeah.
kind of pretty much just stuck with 1 or 2 projects, so.
Well, and I'm hoping to have haul in the next few weeks because I placed orders with 3 different
Sarah went
people
crazy.
for Nashville.
Jealous of everyone that's at Nashville.
Yes.
Totally jealous. And so like I have stuff coming that will be coming from Crazy Annie's, Black Needle Society, and CC. So
Yeah.
I just kind of spread the love around, and
Mhm.
before I knew it, the love was getting pricey. So this
Too far.
will probably be my big last bit for a while.
Well, Whitney and I in 2 weeks will be going to Silver Needle,
Yes.
hopefully. I mean, nothing barring any
Right.
catastrophes.
Yeah.
There's always a
Storms,
possibility
plus-
these days.
yeah.
That's our plan. So I'm sure I'll be buying some stuff there. All right, so plans.
My plan is to keep working on my Fox. I could maybe see myself finishing it up before next weekend. And then I think I want to get back to, I would either want to start the hare or the raccoon, but I also think I want to go ahead and dig into my March.
Yeah, because these don't take you that long.
No, these don't take long at all. And I'm loving these greens. There was one green I couldn't get, so I may have to make a trip to
What is it?
4-leaf clover. I don't think I
have.
have it. It doesn't sound familiar to me at all. But I may have to make a trip to Quilter Station and see if they have it. But other than that, I'm trying not to make any big plans. I do want to get back to my cross stitch planner because I kind of let it go for a couple of
Oh.
weeks, and I want to start writing things down again in it. So
I'm the worst.
Well,
I bought my book a day, so I haven't done a
okay,
thing.
here's the
I don't even
only
know where it is.
reason I say that, because literally last night I was cleaning up my little area. So I've been sick. So I've basically been sitting in the same place all week. So I was cleaning up, throwing trash away, getting rid of tissue boxes. And I looked down and there's my planner that has been sitting there for the last 2 weeks, just staring at me. And I was like, I could write some of this stuff down that I actually stitched this week,
Yeah.
but I didn't do
I
it.
really wish I could get myself.
So
motivated to
I'm
do
really
that.
trying to get
Yeah.
myself motivated. I'm also thinking I made a planner for Whitney, and I'm thinking of doing something more like along the lines of like that for myself for next year. I spent $40 on this one, so I'm going to use it this year.
Yeah.
But
And it's neat.
it is neat, but I'm also trying to think, what can I take? What do I really use in it? And what
Yeah.
can I take from it? Because one of my favorite parts is just putting the stickers and washi tape in that I have from all my art stuff. So
Yeah.
anyway, those are my plans. Sorry, it kind of went off on a ramble.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's probably, my plan. Oh, we have to go to you.
I was gonna say, I never
I
have plans. So, let's see, I'm gonna try to power through this Dracula. I have a couple little projects in mind that are gonna be gifts. Hopefully, if I can make them work how they are in my head. So I may try to start one of those, but I'm gonna try to power through.
Yeah, I mean, I think you
Dracula.
can do it.
I just need to get motivated. I'm just not
That's
motivated.
just a lot of blocks of like white
Yeah.
stitches. So,
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't go slow. Like once you get
Yeah.
in a groove, it's fine. It's just getting back into it. So
yeah.
Oh, I also joined,
join now.
I don't know.
it's on Facebook. I want to say Stacy Stitches, but I don't know if that's even right.
Oh, for
Yeah,
the
it's like Stacey's
exchange.
Yes, I
Like a
joined
fall
her fall exchange. It's not, we don't have to have it sent out, I think, until sometime in August. But I've already kind of started thinking about what I want to do for that. So I may be pulling something in the next week or two for that. Because it's kind of one of those things where I'd like to get the stitching part done early so I can really
Mhm.
focus on what I want to throw in the box and how I want to finish it. So I'm only missing one color.
I'm staring off into space. There's a person walking up my street.
Why are there strangers on our street?
Well, I mean, I don't mind. He's picking up. I think he just picked up something someone had thrown down. So,
Oh, well,
but I've just
we
never
talked
seen him
about that
before.
earlier too.
And he
Just
just
ran-
dropped it.
Oh,
So he could take a swig of his bottle.
Oh,
Oh, he's
oh, my hometown. All right. Plans. I'm gonna keep working on my suffragette. If I feel like I need a break from her, I'm gonna go back and finish Rosa Parks. So now I'm
Now-
done with the second row.
I was gonna
Now,
say, isn't Rosa Parks the last one on that row?
yes, and
Okay.
here's my plan after that, because now I'm motivated to finish this. So, did I do that right? What did I do?
Carrie.
Is it my cat?
Yes, look at
Look
her.
at her.
She's such a mess.
She's rubbing her head on the back of my head.
What, Verdi? Vern is such an attention seeker. So the last row of my women in history is Ava Perón, Marilyn Monroe, Anne Frank, Valentina Tereshkova, Junko Tabaj, Rosie the Riveter, Rigoberta Menchú, and Malala. So I have mixed feelings about putting Ava Perón. I mean, I know that she did do a lot of good, but you know, Evita's a difficult character in
Right.
history. So
Right.
I'm thinking about, and then my mom, like we were talking about, and I was telling her who's on the last row, and she's like, I think it's just bizarre that Marilyn Monroe is next to Anne Frank. And I was like, okay, it's a little weird. Like I fully appreciate Marilyn Monroe,
Oh, yeah.
but I think I might stitch her. This is my grand idea, and we'll see if it happens. I may stitch Marilyn Monroe by herself. I think one of the separate patterns is Jane Goodall. And so I might put Jane
Oh,
Goodall
yeah.
in there. I just have to shift people and put her in there. And then I would, if I could chart it myself, I would kind of like to chart Shirley Chisholm and put her in there.
Oh, yeah.
This cat.
She's hilarious.
What about Dolly Parton?
She never does this. to
Yeah,
me.
I mean, I could do her separately, I think.
Yeah,
I just,
she just wants attention.
so that's
I
my
know she
idea.
does.
So
It's
if I
funny.
do that, I have to shift everybody, which they're all about the same size, so it's not that big of a deal, but then my second row would probably start with Anne Frank and then go from there. I also thought about if I can figure out how to chart my own, which I mean, there's all different shape sizes of women in this, so I should be able to pull someone and
You could, but you could
Adjust it.
also email them and ask them, say, here's kind of what my plan is and here's what I
Yeah.
want to do with it.
Yeah.
but
Would y'all mind charting what I want?
I also thought about like Hedy Lamarr, because there's also Ada
Yes.
Lovelace, but she would have gone further
Yeah, she
back
would have
in
gone
the
further back.
timeline. So I don't know. I will stop and think about it after I finish Rosa Parks and figure out what I actually want to do. I would definitely stitch Marilyn Monroe. I might just do her by herself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's part of my plan. So let me know what you think.
You guys have to see what I keep getting distracted by. So Samantha is taking pictures of Nova.
Oh my goodness.
I'll show you guys. So most of you guys know I have giant dogs and
House horses.
but my son's girlfriend, this is Nova, my Great Dane. She's taking pictures of her outside with her ears
Flying in the breeze.
flying in the breeze. So that's adorable. Can I have my chair back, please?
Very good deal.
Get down.
So that's my plan. So if you have any suggestions for my last row.
Or tips for trying to chart her way through
Chart your
it.
way through it. Yeah.
The Jane Goodall's already charted, so I think I could just plug her in. I'll just have to like do some math, which is not good, but
Math is hard.
Math is hard.
but I'm pretty sure she created them all to be interchangeable. If I had thought before I stitched my Angelo, I would have probably put her in, but since I've already stitched her, I don't know that I want to stitch it again. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm in mixed feelings. I don't know. So anyway, so that's my plan. So that's probably it for us in stitching. I think we're still maybe planning to do a giveaway close to spring break.
Yes.
So Sarah's spring break is in a couple weeks.
I think-
Actually, you only have one more week.
I only have one more week, but
Or 2 weeks.
I'm getting really motivated to rearrange my sewing room, and we had already cut some bags and stuff out. And I know that we had kind of cut some out with extras in mind. So I'm hoping that once my sewing room's rearranged, I'll be motivated to do some sewing. So I think we just haven't done a giveaway in a while, and I don't know, maybe we'll just stop focusing on numbers and just randomly do giveaways once in a while.
Oh,
Yeah, that's good.
So, all right.
All right. I just keep watching my St. Patrick's Day wreath. I'm afraid it's gonna blow
Gonna-
away. It's so windy. My Valentine's Day, that last crazy windy day we had, it was like halfway across my yard by the time.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah. I mean, it's such high quality wreath. So
Yeah, well.
it's one of those like tinsely looking wreaths from Michael's or Joann's or someplace. All right. So that's it probably for stitching. I do have a question. We were at CC and they had the Equality Sampler by Plum Street,
Oh,
which is based on like, I'm pretty sure like the Seneca Falls Convention about the vote. And it has a lot of over one. So I'm curious if anyone has stitched it on Ada and how they handled that. Just curious, because I really do want to stitch it, but I'm not gonna start all of a sudden stitching on even weave or something, especially not with a project that
Like
big.
that big, yeah. Oh my
So-
goodness.
So if anyone has done it on Ada, let me know how it turned out. So we will end our stitching stuff here. So if you don't want to hear our little media corner, what we're reading, watching, or listening to, you can hit the road and we won't take it personally. Believe
take it
me,
personally.
Sarah will. She'll cry in a corner
Does.
all
I'll
night
cry.
long.
I've been sick all week, so I'll cry.
All
I mean,
night long.
all you gotta do is look at me and I cry.
But if you do want to hear that, then we're gonna start it now. So go ahead, Sarah.
Okay, I have not read anything. No, that's not true. I'm lying. I'm sorry. I am rereading a series by Lexi Blake, who's one of my favorite romance authors. And it's the Bliss series, Bliss, Colorado. And so I'm just rereading those right now. And then I hadn't listened to anything this week because I haven't been in the car. Watching. Let's see. Mom got me hooked on the Murders of Orange County, seasons 1 and 2. And so I've solved all of those murders. There were about 18 episodes total. I've solved them all.
You're like,
Yeah, I'm-
Poirot.
I like what?
Poirot.
That doesn't mean anything to me. Let's see. And then I solved a couple of murders from the 90s. I can't remember the name of the series, but it's basically like Deadly 90s or something. They weren't quite as this is terrible.
90s.
Oh my God, I'm such a horrible person, but they just weren't as exciting. So I flipped those off. I know, right? I watched the first 2 chapters of Book of Boba Fett. Not really sure what's going on, but everyone keeps telling me to push through to the last episode. And I've seen some spoilers, so I think I know what happens. Oh, let's see, lots of TV this week. I watched the movie No Exit that Carrie talked about in last week's video. It was really good.
I thought that was pretty good.
I
Yeah,
was surprised. I watched it.
It,
this week.
yeah, and I think mom would like it. It was a really good thriller. I've been watching, I never watched True Detective when it was originally on with Matthew McConaughey and
Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson. And so I started that yesterday and I'm almost finished. I think I have like 2 episodes left.
It's real good.
And I don't know if I'm gonna watch season 2 or skip to
No,
season
don't do it.
3, because I guess
Season 2 was terrible.
Carrie
Yeah,
said it was
wasn't that
terrible
great.
and mom said there's a character with dementia and she said it was kind of hard.
I think that's season 3.
Oh, really?
Yes. But season 3 was good. It
didn't bother you?
it didn't. No, not like where I wouldn't watch it. Season 3 was
Okay.
very good, but yeah, that's season 3.
Not to offend anyone with that, but our grandfather had dementia, so we went through.
Yeah, so it's kind of hard.
It's kind of hard for us to sometimes watch. In fact, there's like a new Samuel L. Jackson movie coming out that I thought would be really interesting, where they kind of do this experiment on him. But then one of the previews is like he starts regressing backwards really hard, and I'm like, nope.
Yeah,
No,
can't.
lived it, don't want to do it.
No.
And so I watched that. I feel like there's other stuff I watched. I tried to watch.
Wait for it to jump on
She
my
loves
back
me today.
I was even going to try and watch some of the Olaf Presents, but like I wasn't even in the mood to laugh, and so I didn't want them to be ruined
Yeah.
by not laughing. I watched a couple Key and Peels. Again, wasn't in the mood to laugh. Went back to the murders. I think that's it. A lot of here and there TV this week. So I did see that HBO Max Raised by Wolves season 2 is on, and I really liked season 1. For anyone who's a sci-fi person, so I hope that will probably be on my agenda pretty soon. But that's it. I think that's why I need to get back to my journal, because
Right, I know, it's hard because I forget. I write it down, then I forget to bring it.
Mhm.
I'm not reading or listening to anything. I watched the movie Antlers,
Oh, I watched Antlers,
which is, I
um
mean, it's all right.
yeah,
It
it was
a little
different. It was a little different.
I watched Werewolves Within, which I feel the same way. It was a little different.
I will
So-
say this about
Right.
Werewolves Within. I'm glad I got to watch it for free.
Yes, yeah.
Because
glad
at
I
one
didn't pay
point
for it.
I was almost with all the previews that were coming out, I was almost to the point where I was like, I'm gonna pay the $20 and just watch it. And I'm glad that kind of left my head. And
We were watching TV last night and it popped up on our cable thing like that. Here's the last movie you watched. And my husband was like, what are you watching?
yeah,
Like,
I just
what-
even question it.
That's why I told him, I'm like, do you not know me at
Yeah.
all?
it's like, hello.
So I watched those. I watched No Exit. I finished 1883, which is the prequel for Yellowstone on Paramount Plus.
And then she told mom what happened, so mom won't finish it now.
She told me she wasn't gonna finish it anyway, to be fair.
Yeah, because she's.
Oh, no. I know she
Yeah.
wanted to know. No, I'm not saying Whitney spoiled
I
it.
didn't spoil it.
I'm saying mom calculated asking Whitney.
I did spoil it for one of Wade's friends. Wade was like, oh, he's watching it too. And I was like, oh, ask him if he thinks this is gonna happen. And he wasn't that far ahead yet. And I was like, whoops, sorry.
Oh, well,
Sorry about that.
catch up, dude.
But I think that's, oh, and I watched another movie called, I think it's called House on the Bayou.
Oh, I've
And
seen
it's
that
like
one on
a-
there.
Okay, I've seen that keep popping up.
Paranormal, voodoo, New Orleans.
Is it good?
It was decent.
Okay.
Like it was worth watching. It was a little creepy.
Above Werewolves Within?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll watch it.
Maybe not super far above,
But
but above.
but a
Like,
step or two above.
somebody online had recommended it. Said it's just kind of, it's not like a horror. It's just
Mhm.
more kind of like
Kind of a
creepy,
Yeah.
you know.
kind of like Carrie.
It was
Yeah.
it was pretty good though. I would recommend it. I think that's it.
All right. Well,
That's you.
I'm reading this book still, This Silent House by Nell Pattison, which I really like. I'm not that far into it because I just haven't been reading that much at night. I'm about 100 pages in, but I do like it. It's good mystery.
Is it written like a diary?
No,
Oh,
it's a good mystery. I'm pretty into it. I'm interested to know what happens. I'm kind of like, that's my thing with mysteries is, for the most part, I usually figure it out. I mean, not always, but I mean, don't we all usually figure them out?
I don't. I'm
Are
not that
these
smart.
sequels or are they standalone books?
They are sequel. I believe it's the same character in other books. There's
Oh,
two
okay.
other books that they had at Barnes and Noble. So so I'm reading this at school. I'm reading a book called Escape from Chernobyl, which I got from the Scholastic Book Fair earlier this year, and it had just been sitting on my shelf. I read like at lunch, and then if I have like 2 minutes when I'm waiting for a class to come or something, I'll read a couple pages, but it's pretty good, you know. Chernobyl back in the news, so so I'm reading that, and then I finished listening to Wild Things, Siegfried and Roy, which I highly recommend. It was really good. It was very interesting, and they kind of like, they start talking about like the accident that happened, and then They go back and talk about like the history of Siegfried and Roy and just like people that worked for them and some not good things about them and then some, good things about them. And then the last episode, I think, is basically you're back to the accident and it's like the people that ended up basically saving his life and what happened after and how Vegas has changed. And it's interesting because I didn't realize I haven't been to Vegas in a while. It's been a long time.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I haven't been in years.
But I didn't realize that the Secret Garden was still at the Mirage. And so that part of it was talking about like, does it really still have a place at the Mirage? Even just the way that people look at how like how we treat animals now, and is it really still?
Oh, yeah.
And I guess the Mirage was that the Mirage company, or I don't know if it was just that, was bought by Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, which I thought was just nuts. I had no idea that they had that behind them, but and so they're going to totally gut and like remodel the Mirage, which is kind of sad. Like I'm very much an old Vegas person. Like the first time, and I mean I'm not that old, so it's not like I went, although we did go when I was a little kid, but we didn't really go.
Well, I don't remember anything about Vegas from. I mean, I have not been as an adult, and I don't remember.
But like when I went for my 21st birthday, like we went to the Stardust, and like some of those things were still open, and like I'm very much, I love Caesars, and I don't know. So it is sad to think that now the Mirage, even the Mirage is going to be something new, which at that point it was shiny and pretty. So anyway, so I do recommend it if you're at all interested in that. It was really well done. It was really interesting. And then watching, I did watch No Exit. Oh, that was last week though. And I watched Friend Request. I watched some other, like I told Whitney some other bad horror movie that we saw in the theater and probably didn't like, but I was like, maybe I'll watch this again.
Right.
But I don't even remember what it was. Yeah. And then I started, I talked about it last week, but I did start Peaky Blinders again. I think I had only watched the first episode like a year ago when I tried to watch it, and I watched the whole first season last Sunday. So I'm pretty into it now. I watched the first couple episodes of season 2. Tom Hardy has been introduced, which is always the good thing.
Yeah.
And
nothing wrong with Tom Hardy.
Yeah. So yeah, so I'm gonna keep watching it. It's not really like a relax in the evening show for me, so it's more like a binge on Sunday show. So I'll probably watch more of it tomorrow. And then in the evenings lately, I've just still been watching Disney vlogs. I haven't watched a ton of Flosstube. There's like people that I always watch that I've not watched their most recent videos because I just have not been, I don't know, I just turn on Disney vlogs and watch those because I'm just trying to make it to spring break.
Everywhere right now.
My cat is a hot mess.
It's because we're not paying attention to her.
Oh no, that's Cheryl. They're both a hot mess.
Oh, we're both a hot mess today.
They want
It's the
attention.
weather.
It
Oh,
is
it
the
probably is.
weather.
It's crazy windy. They tend to get a little, I mean, they're a little weird anyway, but they tend to get weirder when it's windy. So that's about it. I think we're going to watch the movies tonight. We might watch, we were talking about Samuel Jackson in the car, and I was saying something about Snakes on a Plane.
I've never seen it.
Sarah's never seen Snakes on a Plane. So we might
have to do that.
There's always room for Snakes on a Plane.
Yeah.
I feel like. So I don't know what else we'll watch. We're going to eat big salads and watch movies and stitch. Because I have a lot of vegetables I need to use. So. Because they've been staring at me while I've been getting dinner out every night. You know, like that meme, like my vegetables staring at me from the back of my fridge. So anyway, so we will let you go. We'll wrap it up. As always, if you have any good, we're terrible about answering comments on YouTube, but
we're sorry.
We read every single one and we fully appreciate you guys commenting.
Yes.
So if you ever have any good recommendations for books or movies we should watch or TV shows, or if you've stitched the equality sampler on
Ada,
Ada,
preferably 14 or 16 count.
let me know.
Let her know.
But other than that, feel free to join the Badass Lady Sal to celebrate Women's History Month.
Oh, I guess I don't have anything planned.
You don't have to.
All right, I'm not going to.
Yeah, I don't have any.
I'm a badass lady, and so I don't really need to
Right.
put it out there.
Or just be a
on
badass
fabric.
lady.
I'm all the
for
badass
Women's
I
History
can
Month
handle.
and every month. All right, so we will let you go so we can, be lazy.
Yeah.
So we will see you.
Because Mom bogarted half our day.
Yeah, our mom, we went over to help her with something and she's like, what are you doing?
What are you gonna have for lunch?
What are you doing
So
for
then
lunch?
we had to go to
So we take her to lunch, And then she's like, maybe we should drive around Lake Chacamo. No. This is our day. We haven't had one of these in a while.
Yeah.
I was sick. We had Dracula ballets. Leave us
Dracula
alone.
ballets.
Dracula ballets, yeah.
We love you, Linda, but dang.
So we will hopefully be back next week anymore. It's kind of like we wild card. It's, you know, we try to do it every week, but until the end of the school year, it might just be kind of here and there, but anyway. So thank you for joining us.
Mhm.
Thank you for listening to us ramble.
Yeah.
Thanks for being there.
Right.
We hope that you are all, thank you for being there.
Oh, Lord.
We hope you're all well,
And
that you're
safe.
healthy, that you're safe, and yeah, have a good week. We'll see you later. Bye, guys.
Bye.
See you real soon. Off to the wave while Sarah finds the button.
Bye.